Thank you, Coach Ferentz, for joining us this evening. We're looking forward to having Iowa face Tennessee in the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl on New Year's Day, 1 p.m. down here in Orlando, Camping World Stadium. It'll be your second trip here in 3 years. We had you a couple years ago against Kentucky, and looking forward to having the Iowa Hawkeyes fans back. Coach, if you could start with an opening statement, that would be great, and then we'll get to a few questions. If you're on the call and you have a question, hit the raise hand button for me, and we'll pull people up from that point and have you ask questions. But we'll turn it over to Coach now. Thanks.
Appreciate that. First of all, we're just excited to be playing another game. Really proud of our team. They worked hard all year. Disappointing loss last night, but they've certainly earned the right to play in an outstanding bowl like the Citrus Bowl. So we're first and foremost excited to be playing. Secondly, very excited to be going back to Orlando. A lot of the guys on our team had that experience 2 years ago. For a lot of guys, it's going to be a new experience. And whether they've been there 2 years ago or the new guys this year, the one thing about it is it's a really tremendous bowl game. First-class experience on and off the field. The committee down there does a wonderful job. It's a great city to host a game. Certainly the concept of being integrated into the community of Orlando, I think, is very unique when it goes to bowl games and something our players really enjoyed. And then on top of it, it's going to be a great challenge on the field. We realized that it was that way 2 years ago. It will be against Tennessee as well. So we're just excited to be playing, and even better that we're playing on the first in the Citrus Bowl.
Thank you, Coach. Well, we've got a few questions in the queue. We'll start with one from Scott Docterman. Scott, you should get a notification to turn your mic on, and we'll take your first question.
Kirk, how you doing today?
Great, Scott. How about you?
I'm doing well. I wanted to ask you, this is maybe a odd time for this, but I wanted to ask you about specifically a play last night and that of Cohen Entringer. I know in the Citrus Bowl 2 years ago, Cooper DeJean had a play similar to that where he raced across the field to tackle a running back or tackle a receiver inside the 5. Well, Cohen's missed the tackle and ran 90 yards down the field to tackle a punt returner. Did you get a chance to see that? What was kind of your impression, maybe if you did get a chance to check it out on video today or something?
I've not looked at it yet, but I was just talking to Phil about it about 2 hours ago, so maybe you were tapping into our conversation. But I had the same thought. I saw it on the game or on the field out there. Cohen was one of our gunners, missed the tackle, and I know he feels bad about that. But for him to get out off the ground and chase the returner back down there, whatever it was, inside the 10, 5-yard line. I had the same thought. It really is like a flashback to the play in the Citrus Bowl where Cooper did such a great job. And I think it tells you a lot about a player. I can cite a play Bob Sanders made in 2003 against Michigan, kind of similar. And it just tells you that the guy plays start to finish. And Cohen's been that way since he's been here. He's a tremendous young guy, a really great prospect, and played well for us this year on special teams. Just really excited about his future and just, again, a tremendous attitude.
We'll take another one. This one from John Steppe. John, you can go when you're ready.
Hi, Kirk. With the transfer portal opening tomorrow, curious what's your approach to that and any lessons learned from last year when you were more active than you were in past years?
Well, yeah, first of all, just to comment on that, I think obviously this whole thing's progressed, and last year it made more sense to be more active than the year before. How it'll go this year, it's hard to predict. A year ago at this time, we had already met with our players. We met with them the week after Thanksgiving and just talked to each and every one about their futures, what they were thinking about, just so we had some indication of what our roster is going to shake out to be, and just encourage guys to take last week and this week to make a decision. As you might imagine, last week that really wasn't appropriate to talk to players about what they were thinking. Our focus was solely on the championship game. So we'll meet as a staff tomorrow morning and just talk jointly about the roster. Then we'll go through the process again, touching base with all of our players here the next 2 days. Already had one player call and indicate he is going to enter the portal. So, all in all, I think what you want for every player is for them to be happy with their situations. If a guy's not sure he wants to be here or sure he doesn't want to be here, then my encouragement would be maybe check something else out. We operate better with guys that are really fully invested. So, we'll do it pretty much the same way as last year. Outside of, again, we weren't able to utilize last week to just get some information. But my guess is by the end of the week, we'll have a little bit better idea what our roster is going to shape up like. And from then, we'll have a better idea how we can move forward too in terms of, looking in the portal and seeing what might be of interest to us.
Thank you, Coach. We'll take our next question from Chad Listico. Chad, you can go when you're ready.
Hey, Kirk. Did you get a chance to see who got in the college football playoff? Like, are you aware of kind of what happened there?
Well, I know who's in. I don't know the politics or discussions, and I know Florida State's not happy. I did catch that.
Okay.
But anyway, I know who the 4 teams are. Yeah.
Gotcha. I was just kind of curious what, I respect. I mean, I think a lot of people respect your opinions on these things. When a team does something on the field and then maybe it's not necessarily rewarded and that type of thing, do you think that's a dangerous precedent or or do you have any thoughts, I guess, on kind of that aspect of college football, sort of passing an eye test versus what happened on the field?
Yeah, I think as long as we're in this kind of situation, we're always going to have these discussions. There's no perfect way. It's kind of like a conference thing. Unless you have play a true round robin schedule, somebody's always going to complain about this team played that team and all that in conference play. It's as old as, at least, when I got here in '81, it was an issue then. So, long story short, I still had to tell my wife today, I'm still not sure we weren't better off just going to one rule as a rule. If you go undefeated, you really, help your chances. That wasn't true today. It wasn't true the year Auburn got left out. But overall, it's hard for more than 2 teams to go undefeated. So I'm still of the opinion, either you go 2 or you go whatever, 12, 14, 16. And 4's been okay. But again, there's no perfect system. And, whenever we do enter the expansion era, which I think starts next year, that's going to bring some challenges too. So, it gives everybody something to talk about, argue about, all those kinds of things. And it is unfortunate that a team could go undefeated. But, listening to the chatter, it sounds like you can make an argument for all 6 teams that were in the discussion, maybe more than that even. So, it's tough. It's just one of those things. And, we'll see what happens moving forward.
Thank you, Coach. We'll take our next one from Corey Brada. Corey, you can go when you're ready.
Hey, Coach. Congratulations on the bowl berth. And just have a question for you. I know last week against Nebraska, you made a pretty big decision in the second half to sub out Drew Stevens and go with a guy in Marshall Meter who hadn't seen the field for you guys yet. And of course, it worked out. As it relates to another position at quarterback, and I know you've been asked similar questions before, but Deacon's got, I think, 11 interceptions and about 9 games played, 11 turnovers and 9 games played. He has had a couple other fumbles that have been recovered by the offense. At what point do you kind of take the same view with that position with quarterback as you do with maybe kicker or DB at times, where you give another guy, a young guy, a chance to perform or prove himself in a game when another guy is struggling either to perform or struggling to protect the football?
Yeah, I mean, 2 separate discussions here. But first of all, last week it was just clear Drew was not, he wasn't himself. 2 kickoffs out of bounds, really uncharacteristic for him, uncharacteristic for any good kicker, which we consider Drew to be. He's a proven player, proven performer. So at that time, I just felt it was a momentary decision. It was not a final decision. It wasn't a decision for the season. Drew kicked off last night and would have been in there for field goals, PATs. So, that's one separate circumstance. In Deacon's case, I think he's made a lot of progress. And last night was not an easy night. I don't know if you noticed the team we played was pretty salty on defense. They're a pretty good team. So you got to factor those things in. The other thing is you factor in, which is, both situations are tied together. Marshall Meter's been practicing really well since he's gotten here. He's practiced well all fall. He's behind a player who's proven and done a very, very nice job for us. So he really didn't get an opportunity. And when he did get his opportunity, he came through. Appreciative of that, not surprised. But Drew's still our starting kicker. And in Deacon's case, we watch practice every day, and we've watched it since the start of camp back in early August. And our decision as coaches is that Deacon gives us our best chance to play. And that's really how we operate each and every position. So You just got to, I think, take in consideration his limited experience. And, the fact of the matter is the other two guys that are in the depth chart, three guys, if you want to include Tommy Polholski, none of them really have substantial experience either. So, again, we watch them in practice every day. It's no knock on anybody in the race. It's just our feeling that Deacon gives us our best chance. And, that's where we're at.
Thank you, Coach. Our next one we'll take from Tyler Tashman. Tyler, you can go whenever you're ready.
Hey Kirk, hope you're doing well. I'm just wondering what the value, I guess, of not only for older guys that are going to get to play in the bowl game, but to use that extra practice time to help younger guys get more experience, and just kind of your take on balancing those two sides of things.
Yeah, it's a great question. It's really really valuable, really important. And one thing I've always said, though, the most important thing about a bowl game is the experience for the players. And it so happens, we've been very fortunate. My 34 years here, quite frankly, we've always had good opportunities to go to great bowls and really nice venues. And I can tell you from experience, going to Orlando, this will be our third trip overall. It's such a great place to host a bowl, and they do a wonderful job, the committee. And a big part of the bowl experience is what the committee does to set things up for the players. So that's huge, and you want the players to earn, really enjoy it because they've earned the right to be there. That's still the concept of a bowl game. Second thing on the list in my mind is just, it's an opportunity for us to be together for another month and operate as a team. It's a very different schedule than what's been the last 14 weeks. A little bit more like a bye week schedule, I guess, in some ways at this juncture. But it's just an opportunity for us to continue to operate as a team, and that's the best part about sports. And then to break it down a little further, we kind of are on two tracks right now. The early part of the month, we were really work lightly with the older guys. They don't need to have, shoulder pads and have contact here for a couple of weeks. Need them to just kind of recharge a little bit and, just get back to a refreshed mode, if you will. But we'll get a chance to work the younger guys that haven't been playing on Saturdays and, don't have that volume of work built up. And for a program like us, when we lose a guy, and quarterback's a good position. We don't have guys stacked up that were 5-star recruits or have 3 years of game experience. So it's really important for us to be working as much any opportunity we can on football. And that's one nice thing about a bowl game. It gives you a real opportunity to coach those younger guys, maybe guys that run the look teams that we haven't been able to coach, get hands on with that type of thing during the course of a season. So it's a wonderful opportunity for everybody. And the whole idea for everybody in the program is to try to improve daily. So what a guy like, Jay Higgins will be doing the next couple of weeks versus, Ben Keeter, very different programs, but hopefully beneficial for both.
Thank you, Coach. We've got time for a few more. Next one will come from Owen Sebring, followed by Adam Sparks of the Knoxville News Sentinel. Owen, you can go ahead when you're ready.
Hey there, Coach. Congrats on the bowl game. I just wanted to ask about the team's mentality right now. The game ended about 16, 17 hours ago, and I know the players afterwards said that they were going to let this one sting a little bit longer than some of the normal games. But does today's news of getting a chance to go to a top-tier bowl game like the Citrus Bowl, getting a trip to Orlando, does that help at least help the team move on a little bit, help move forward, and maybe build some more excitement about the future rather than dwelling on what happened yesterday?
Yeah, it's a great point because every loss stings, and if you're a competitor, that's just the way it works. There's no substitute for winning. There's no substitute for losing. Two different extremes, and one's a lot better than the other. But typically, if you lose a game, you don't get good news on Sunday. And in this case, to your point, we got wonderful news today. So, I think I don't want to speak for everybody, but I think I can speak for everybody. Everybody should just be really excited about this. Again, you're going to Orlando. Great bowl committee that does a great job, great community, and you get to play a top tier opponent. So it's a great challenge on that hand, great experience for our players, and we gave the guys a couple of days off. We'll meet here in a couple of mornings, and it'll be the first time we'll be together. But I'm sure everybody will be really happy about that, and we'll move our sights forward. We'll move on to the next challenge, and try to be smart about the month. But great point.
Thank you, Coach. We'll take one from Adam Sparks from Knoxville. Adam, go ahead when you're ready.
Yeah, Coach. I'm sure you haven't looked at Tennessee very much, but they run that up offense, really wide splits that Josh Heupel likes to run. How familiar will your guys be with that type of offense, and what kind of challenges do you think that would present?
Yeah, we certainly haven't seen him this year, and but I know the work that Josh has done, both obviously at Tennessee and then Central before that, just outstanding. So, we have coincidentally we saw Tennessee the last 2 years against Kentucky. We played Kentucky 2 straight years, so we do have some familiarity, but certainly weren't looking at them from a game planning standpoint. Nice thing about playing on January 1st as well, plenty of time to look at them. But I'll go back to my first experience playing Tennessee. It was 1982 in the Peach Bowl. And one guy I remember, they had Reggie White, had Mike Kofer, I believe his name was Mike, outside linebacker, 2 pretty good players on defense. I think Colquette was their punter. Oh my gosh, the sprinter was the receiver. Gosh.
Willie Galt.
Willie Galt. Okay, I'm sorry. That's all embarrassing. I couldn't pull that name up, but some pretty good players. We had a great game with them, and you follow them through the years. Just really good program. So it's going to be a big challenge for us. We know that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We got time for 2 more. We'll take one from Scott again. Scott, you can go when you're ready.
Yeah, Kirk, I just wanted to kind of ask you, you kind of alluded to your schedule coming up. Do you anticipate practicing much this week, or does that start a week from, say, tomorrow?
We'll probably go real light Friday, Saturday. Just I don't want the guys to go a couple of weeks without getting on the field and doing some things. The older guys will be on and off the field really light, much like the bye week, and then we'll work the younger guys a little bit more. Then we've got our banquet here next Sunday, and then we go into finals week. So we'll be very, very limited during finals week, and then start pretty much in earnest after the last finals are over.
Coach, we'll take one last question from Chad. Chad, go ahead when you're ready.
Yeah. I kind of wanted to ask about the Tennessee up-tempo offense, but you sort of answered that already. So I'll ask about Phil Parker and the Broyles Award one more time. I don't think you've really gotten a chance to speak to that, but kind of given what happened last night against Michigan, I know you lost the game, but you held them to 213 yards. Is that one of the, I don't know, how would you grade kind of the job that he did against that offense last night?
Yeah, I think anybody watching the game as a football person would realize those were 2 really good defensive teams playing out there. And you factor in, at least in my mind, how good Michigan's been offensively the last 3 years. So it's really impressive. I thought our guys really competed hard, obviously, did a good job up front. Guys in the back end did a really nice job, and it's just a good team effort. But yeah, it does definitely starts, Phil and the staff do a great job putting a plan together. And then most importantly, the players really went out and competed, and it all goes together. So can't say enough about the job Phil's done. 25 years in this program, since 2012 as a coordinator, and just to watch the growth, the improvement, that we've seen in that regard. It's really impressive. I'm thrilled he's going to the Broyles Award banquet, and I believe it's tomorrow, next couple of days. So, all the contestants there, I think there's 5 finalists. They're all excellent coaches, but for Phil to be in that group is outstanding. It'd be great if he won it. But I do know this, in terms of in this building, everybody really appreciates the job Phil does. True professional, just an outstanding coach, and it'd be really nice to see that recognized on a national basis.
Thank you again for the time, Coach. We'll let you go with that. We appreciate it. We look forward to hosting you down here in Orlando again. As a reminder, that's Cheez-It Citrus Bowl, January 1st, 1 p.m., Camping World Stadium, TV on ABC. And we have, I'm sure you'll enjoy a couple good weeks practice. Happy holiday, and we'll see you down here in a couple weeks.
Happy holidays as well. Look forward to seeing you there. Thank you.